Listen to me and shut up. It's about the truth. You know who this is. This is 5581. Your buddy Tex. You know why I hear you subscribe, you listen, you keep coming back. You want to know what's in my brains. A lot of people ask me, hey Tex 5581, why aren't you using your real last name? I said, that is my real last name. That's a name given to me from many universes and stars ago. TruthGods.blogspot.com, that's a place to be if you want to read my stuff. And soon I'm going to be printing up my pamphlets and I'm going to be selling it all over the place. You'll see, I'm going to throw my books and my pamphlets up on there on Amazon. I've been handing them out in the parking lots of Target. Now you can call and leave me a message anytime you want at 562-396-5594. That's 562-396-5594. Now you see what's happening in the world today, right? Everyone in the Middle East is fighting. That's because they in my brain tell me they're going to hit the reset button. And I keep telling you folks, you better find that tub in the Middle East so you can rub dub, take a tub, and you're going to cleanse that soul. That's what they're telling me in my brains. Now you know what? For many years, my parents didn't understand. They thought I was a demon. They thought I was possessed. That's because my uncle Herbert, he told his sister with my mom, your boy's got big troubles. So they took an empty refrigerator box and they stuck me in it and they left it outside of school. 21 years, man, 21 years. I didn't even realize I could get out of that box, but I got out of the box. That's the point. And they all talking to me in my brains. I hear Netanyahu being like, I don't know when to stop. I can't even respond to the people that are in my brains. I hear prophets. I hear your God. I hear all faiths. And some people, my followers, they understand. I got Bobby. I got Ray. I have Sheila and Carol. You know I have my followers, and I'm gaining more. Why, just last week, we took a big road trip about 2 miles away over to that Pick and Pay. You know that Pick and Pay. They got all the tables lined up, and I was outside getting all ready. But this time, I didn't bring my bullhorn, because George forgot it. That's okay. TruthGods.blogspot.com. You gotta visit that now. 562-396-5594. 562-396-5594. You know the scoop. You gotta leave a message. I've been getting some messages. And I'm gonna play them soon. You'll see. And I'll get letters to my P.O. box. And I know you want to remain anonymous. And you don't even have to send me anything because I understand what's happening. I've already heard it in my brains. So we went on a road trip and we took ourselves about 2 miles out and we were hanging out at the Walmart parking lot. And I was going to use my bullhorn after we left that Pick and Pay. We were over at the Pick and Pay for about 20 minutes. And the security, I didn't even know security still uses Segways. Let me tell you something about that Middle East. I keep telling you folks, they're going to hit that reset button. You see it all around. You see what's happening right now in Russia. It's all crazy, and they talking to me. I heard Lenin and Tolstoy. I heard so many crazy things, and this guy didn't understand me. He came out of Walmart. He started throwing Christmas presents at my head. Before you know it, I was leaving Christmas lights wrapped around my head. He started laughing, right? I said, you know what? God bless you, man. And have peace. Have peace. Give in the Cape Halek. Alhamdulillah, know what I mean? You don't know what I mean, because it's in my brains. I keep telling you that. I could let him do whatever you want. I told you last week that boy was throwing sauerkraut. I had potato salad on my neck. That's because people are afraid what's in my brains, including my own family. My grandpops, he's the only one that listens to me. And what did they do? They put itching powder on his sweater. I'm handing out pamphlets over. We left the Pick and Pay. The Pick and Pay, they didn't even understand what was happening. But I got a couple new followers that joining us now. We have George. Though George hasn't been with us very long, but he hopped aboard. He understands that it's on my brains, and he listens to me every time that I start to speak. And I'm holding whenever we talking through the night, I'm finding out. I heard Muhammad Ali the other day talking to me about what's going on. You don't think I always hear Winston Churchill and all these past presidents, they talk, it doesn't matter if they're deceased or they're alive or they're deities or they're doilies or they're up in the air, they're up in the sky, they're walking around. I'm Tex 5581. You think I'm going to tell you my right last name? I would never tell you it's Goldfarb. I would never tell you that. It's 5581. That's what the alien's telling me. Oh, Tex, that's true. You waited in the aliens true. You better believe it. Brothers and sisters, there is no reason why I would have any opportunity to lie. Why would I do that? I'm just trying to get on the path of truth, so listen to me and shut up. I'm on the path of truth. You want to call the cops on me, don't you? Yeah, I know you did it, Jim. I know you did it. I know you did it, Jim. You called the cops on me when I was over at the Pick and Pay. I was only there for 20 minutes. He calls the cops because he's afraid. He was afraid of what was coming, and I was hearing in my brains. Because I knew the Santa Claus was going to visit him this year. I knew it, and I was right. He called the cops on me. You don't understand. People don't understand what's in my brains. Man, so then we got over to the Walmart. This guy's throwing the Christmas lights and the presents at me. He threw a Tickle Me Elmo. It hurt. It hurt. Not only emotionally, but physically. Like, I definitely got some bruises from those boxes were quite big. I just couldn't believe it. You know, an hour from then, he was going to be wrapping them and putting them under the tree. And he was afraid of my brains. So I picked up all the presents and took off the light, and I gave it back to him, and he was so grateful, and he apologized. I said, man, all I was trying to do, brother, was tell you what was in my brains. That's all I was trying to do. I got Phyllis Diller talking to me. I have your God talking to me. I heard Jesus the other day, and I heard Beelzebub. Same day. It was like it was a conference call. It wasn't that long after one another either, and I hear them all. I heard Zach's on 53680. Zach's on 56380. He knows when I'm around. That's when he starts talking to me about the different galaxies and how far they're away and how they're watching. They know that the button's going to be pressed. That's why they're getting so close to our planet. That's why they're observing everything. Should we intervene? Maybe we shouldn't intervene. Perhaps we should. It's quite possible. Listen to me and shut up. This is the path of truth, and I'm Tex 5581. You know you can visit truthgods.blogspot.com, and you can read more. You can read my articles about my brains. You know what my latest article is about? My latest article about is if you follow me. Gotta follow me. My latest article is about how aliens help build the houses of worship. Your house of worship, I don't care if you go to a mosque, you go to a church, you go to a synagogue, I don't care where you go. It was built by an alien. You can watch that ancient alien stuff all you want. That ain't the truth. None of that's the truth. That's the kind of stuff they're trying to distract you with, these programs. Mr. Rogers and talking about this stuff. You see CNN talking about all these things. They're ignoring the fact that it's been so crazy with the aliens visiting us. They don't want to discuss that. They don't want to discuss how Jesus is watching at all times. They don't want to discuss how the Prophet Muhammad is watching all the time. Allah. Assalamu alaikum, you know what I mean? Please. I hear it all. Moses. I hear the fallen. I hear the different Judaic writings being read in my head. In my brains, I'm telling these people at Walmart in the parking lot, I gave it back. He's grateful. He apologized, and I kept talking. And pretty soon, people were gathering around. And they couldn't, and then the cop showed up. Because he forgot to tell the people that he didn't mean to So the cops showed up, and then that's when we had to leave. And then Gary and George, they're over there with Ray Ray. They don't even know what to do. I said, I'll be back. I'll be back. They zip me and all that. People ain't text. Where you been? I miss listening to your show. Well, now I'm doing my show, and that's the reason why I've been away. Why? No one wants to hear what's in my brains. Now, this gentleman, this brother, man, he even told the cops it's my fault. I started messing with him. And I called the cops. I called you guys for no reason, just to get him in trouble. Again, he's apologizing for this. All because of my brains, and the cops didn't care. They started hearing about my brains. I told them, listen, you're a Christian, you're a Catholic. I know you're Jewish. I know what's going on. Your gods are speaking to me. Get my hands behind my back, and they taking me in. I spent so long. Unbelievable. I had to wait for my cousin to come in and represent me. He's not even a lawyer. Anytime you want, you call, leave a message, and I'll play it on the show. I have in the past. You know that. I know you listeners out there, you subscribers, you want to learn more. 562-396-5594. That's 562-396-5594. What a good gravy's going on. I just want to bring in that new year, because you know what's going to happen soon enough is that button's going to be reset, and you better find your tub. You better find your tub. That tub is where it is. That's where your soul's salvation is. I know where my tub is in the Middle East. You better find where your tub is in the Middle East, because that reset button will be hit. That is what I'm being told in my brains. My brains, that's why I terrified my family. Terrified the whole family. We'd be at church and I said, I've heard this one before. I told you they asked me to read the first drafts of the commandments and the testaments and the sea scrolls and the Quran. I said, listen guys, that's on you. I can't believe the process with which you went. They all used proofreaders and stuff. TruthGods.blogspot.com. Listen to me and shut up. This is the path of truth. You know you want to follow me. I have a lot of knowledge in my brains. Everybody, Ernest Hemingway, they all talking. Trevor, they got all these people talking to me. All these different... James Baldwin was talking to me the other day, telling me all these ideas. So I heard living people too. I told you I heard Barbra Streisand. I heard John Travolta. They're all talking to me. I hear their correspondence with the different entities. I hear people's conversations with the people that they worship, that they depend on to be their savior, to have faith and believe in it. And I hear these faiths. I hear them all the time. All I do is keep hearing those faiths. Everyone has a faith. Everyone's got to have a faith in something. Mine is in children. Mine is in technology. You know that. That's right. I won't be watched over by a group of robots. TruthGods.blogspot.com. You know you want to call 562-396-5594. That's 562-396-5594. Isn't it a wild world? It's unbelievable. I see a man juggling on the street the other day. Tomatoes. I knew I could get him. I said, you know what? I knew you were going to juggle those tomatoes, because your God was telling me how proud of you he is. You're juggling tomatoes out on the street in front of the 7-Eleven. He dropped the tomato. He tried to throw one of the tomatoes at me. And I missed. He missed. I went like this. And he missed me. And I said, why throwing tomatoes? He said, you distracted me from doing my juggling. I I was trying to let that brother know, man, that the person that he worshipped was looking down on him and approved and was excited for him, and he didn't want to hear it. He had one tomato left, and he was holding that one too, and he missed me with that first one. And I went, come on, go ahead. And he did, and he hit me right in the head. He hit that tomato, flew right at my head, and it burst all over the place. I was like, oh, God dang it. Get out of here, I said. Now you ain't juggling nothing. You got nothing to juggle with. You threw all your objects away. I said, that's okay, brother. That's okay. I understand. It's in my brains. It's not my fault. It's not my fault that Jesus was appreciating your juggling on the street. TruthGods.blogspot.com. You know that's a place to be. You know you gotta follow me. You know you gotta subscribe. You know, everyone listens to this on all their podcast platforms. They have all those different ones, right? You can listen to all these different podcasts. They have podcasts about killing and all this crazy stuff. They be talking about books, I mean. They're always talking about books, right? And always talking about what's happening in this world. They ain't even giving you all the truth of what's happening in this world. And I know that because it's in my brains. I hear them delivering the news and in their head going, I don't know. Yeah, no one knows that button's going to be pressed. And where are you going to be when that button's be pressed? You want to hit that reset button? Where are you going to be? Where? Where do we go? You got to find that tub. You got to go to the Middle East. You better look at your Google Maps or whatever you got to do to find out where your tub is. We all have a tub. They're all there. They're all there. That's the place. Brothers and sisters, my children, please, you got to understand. You got to follow me. You got to subscribe right now. Listen to me and shut up. The Path to Truth, that's the name of this show. And you got to listen, because soon I'm going to be printing out my pamphlets. I'm going to be putting them all over the place. I already started it, but now I have to digitize it. TruthGods.blogspot.com. I am telling you, those aliens built those houses of worship. They just want to see a better earth. They want to see a better man, a better woman. They want to see better children. But they ain't getting it. They ain't seeing it right now, are they? Look around. Look around. I see the other days before the holidays came, these two were fighting over a tree. There were ponds and everything just flying around. What kind of stuff is that now? Listen now. If you want to call, you can say anything you want. I'm just happy to be back. I can assure you I'm going to be posting a lot more of these. You can find me at Listen to Me and Shut Up, The Path of Truth, truthgods.blogspot.com. And you can always call that 562-396-5594. That's 562-396-5594. You got to follow my brains. I'm hearing it all. I heard so many things. I hear everybody talking. I know what's going to happen most of the time before it happens because they're in my brain talking, because I hear them talking to their different fates, and then I hear different galaxy and interdimensional creatures talking to one another. And that's all I was trying to say, and they locked me up. That's all I was trying to say, and they locked me up. Why? Because they too, like my parents, and they put me in that empty refrigerator box, and they left me be at my school. They just dropped a couple of muffins and carrots in there and just took off. This juggler threw a tomato on my head. You know what to do. I'll speak to you next time.